Hello, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another video. If you are new to this channel, my name is Frank Zhu, and I'm a college professor teaching sociology, history, and philosophy. I'm also an award-winning landscape photographer. As a professor of sociology, and the author of a published book in sociology, I almost consider it as my mission to convince not only my students, but every person I meet of the importance of studying sociology. Today, I want to take this video as another opportunity to fulfill my mission. But this time, it is not my students, but you, my viewers, whom I want to convince that sociology is beneficial to you. But first things first, what is a sociology? Different sociologists and different professors of sociology may define sociology in different ways based on their different experience and different emphases. As a professor who puts emphasis on making everything as simple and easy as possible, I define sociology in a very short sentence. Sociology is the scientific study of human behavior in society. I want to call your attention to 3 keywords in this definition because they basically summarize the most important aspects of sociology. The first keyword is scientific. Sociology is a science. What is a science, you may ask? Well, instead of giving you a very complicated definition of science, let me compare science with art and ask an easier question. Who is an artist? Painters, musicians, dancers, sculptors, etc. What do they have in common to make them artists? The answer is obvious. They create stuff. The word create distinguishes arts from science. Unlike an artist, however, a scientist's job is not to create, but to discover. To discover is to find something that is already there. Sociology is a science because a sociologist's job is to discover rules, guidelines, or principles which guide human behavior and which are not created by sociologists. Another reason why sociology is a science is that, like scientists, sociologists make discoveries by using scientific methods such as observation and experiment. The second keyword in my definition is behavior. Unlike a natural science, such as physics or chemistry, the subject of sociological study is human behavior, not an object in nature. We study what human beings do and how they do it in a particular social circumstance. It is important to keep in mind that, unlike a natural object which is relatively static, human behavior is dynamic because it constantly changes in response to evolving internal and external factors such as new experience, emotions, environments, and social influences. Sociology is thus a non-static, dynamic discipline. The third keyword in my definition is society. Society refers to people. We sociologists believe that human behavior is shaped by social factors, including groups, cultural norms, and institutions, rather than just individual instincts or choices. Sociologists focus on how social contexts, such as race, class, and social structures, influence, constrain, and dictate how people behave. For sociologists, all human behavior happens when we influence other people or when we are influenced by other people. We are all dependent on one another for our very existence. What kind of people we are is not decided by ourselves, but by other people. Likewise, the way we look at the world is the result of our exposure to other human beings. Sociologists use a variety of methods of empirical investigation and critical analysis to help us understand how we influence and are influenced by other people in society. All in all, these three keywords reflect the essence of sociology, which is sociology is all about people. Anyone who is a people watcher, who is interested in knowing what makes people do what they do, how people interact with one another, how they develop relationships, how they can live a better life, will find sociology a fascinating subject. If you are one of these people, you should pick up a sociology book and start reading. Like this book. If you are a college student, you should register for a course in sociology. If you are still not fully convinced, let me give you a couple of specific reasons why studying sociology is beneficial to you. First, studying sociology helps you understand social dynamics. As I said earlier, sociologists believe that individual actions are shaped by broader social structures like race, class, and gender. Social forces influence individuals' life, behavior, and opportunities. Studying sociology makes you move beyond your personal experience to see larger social patterns. For example, with a sociological perspective, when you see a homeless person sitting on the street corner, you will be able to see big social patterns and problems beyond this poor individual directly in front of your eyes. You will associate him with the social classes and the socio-economic inequality between classes. When you study sociological theories and understand the dynamics of social conflict, you will understand that poverty is a major reason for many types of crimes, and that crimes and violence have a lot to do with the social structural problems. In a word, you will no longer just take everything for granted. Instead, you look beyond the surface to see something deeper and bigger. Furthermore, studying sociology greatly develops your critical thinking skills, which I think is even more beneficial. Sociology teaches individuals to question assumptions, analyze data, evaluate evidence, and understand different perspectives rather than relying on bias or conventional wisdom. It develops the ability to identify root causes of social issues. Take poverty again, for example. Without critical thinking, you would assume that poverty is solely the result of laziness or personal choice. But sociology teaches you to investigate the cause of poverty by examining structural issues, such as how inequality in education and employment creates systematic inequality, which results in big income gap. It also teaches you to explore the impact of poverty on many aspects of society, such as social welfare programs or the rise of crimes. With critical thinking skills, you will be better equipped to evaluate a public policy or a social project, not neglecting the unintended, unrecognized long-term consequences. At colleges and universities, few other skills are as important as critical thinking skills, which you can develop greatly in a sociology class. Finally, studying sociology provides highly transferable skills in research, data analysis, social planning, and understanding human behavior, giving you a versatile career path, which can span many sectors such as social services, human resources, marketing research agencies, policy analysts, journalism, etc. Of course, I'm not denying that studying sociology is also challenging, because the subject of it is the social world, which is enormous, extremely complex, and ever-changing. Sociological questions are many and various, and anyone, such as your grandma or your next-door neighbor who knows nothing about atoms or molecules, may have lots of questions or opinions about society, which is why some people claim that sociology is a controversial subject. Unlike a natural science, sociology rarely offers black and white solutions. Different people may have totally different opinions about some issues or problems, which I think makes sociology even more intriguing. Another challenge in studying sociology is to set aside your own biases and preconceptions about how society should work. You should always remember that sociology is a science, and that your task is to discover and explain how society functions, rather than dictating the norms of society or rules for human behavior. Well, I think that is all for today's video. But before I go, let me point out the difference between society and sociology, just in case some of you don't know. Society and sociology are two different words, of course, and they refer to different concepts. Sociology is the study of society. Some people make the mistake of using social when they should have used sociological. For example, whether crime rates in your community go up or down, it is a social problem. But if you try to find out how they go up or down, you are trying to solve a sociological problem. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.